Published, 9:38 the 18th of June 2018. Kent's Heino Kuhn reaches his century during the Royal London One-Day Cup semi-final at Worcester. Pick Nigel French, PA Wire, PA Images Heino Kuhn's fourth century in his last 5 Royal London One-Day Cup innings lifted Kent into their first Lord's final in 10 years as they edged out Worcestershire by 2 wickets. Kent's Matt Henry, left, celebrates after taking the wicket of Worcestershire's George Rhodes. Pick Nigel French, PA. The informed South African opener followed up his hundreds against Surrey, Gloucestershire and Nottinghamshire with another superb knock, his 127 steering Kent towards a victory target of 307 at New Road. He was dismissed with 4 still required from 3 balls, but Harry Podmore lifted Pat Brown over cover for a boundary off the very next delivery to break Worcestershire hearts. Worcestershire had earlier recovered from 48-4 to post 306-6, largely thanks to the efforts of wicketkeeper Ben Cox, who registered 122 not out from 106 balls. While Worcestershire were left to reflect on a semi-final defeat for the second successive year, Kent will face either Hampshire or Yorkshire on June 30th. Kent's Darren Stevens, second left, celebrates after taking the wicket of Worcestershire's Daryl Mitchell. Pick Nigel French, PA. The visitors lost the toss, with Worcestershire stand-in captain Callum Ferguson, deputising for the injured Joe Leach, opting to bat first. But Worcestershire were left with a rebuilding job after losing early wickets. George Rhodes edged former Worcestershire paceman Matt Henry to second slip. Ferguson was trapped in front by Podmore before Joe Clark lofted a catch to mid-on off evergreen seamer Darren Stevens, who then bowled Daryl Mitchell off his pads. Brett de Oliveira and Cox had to be circumspect initially against some accurate bowling, typified by Stevens during a spell of 1-0, 1-3-3, to an excellent ground fielding. Kent wicketkeeper Adam Rowse looks on as Worcestershire's Ben Cox hits out. Pick Nigel French, PA. But they gradually started to blossom, and although de Oliveira survived a leg-side stumping chance off Joe Denley on 45, he went to his half-century off 65 balls, a milestone reached in 3 fewer deliveries by Cox. De Oliveira drilled Denley back over his head for the first 6 of the game in the 38th over, but was dismissed 4 balls later for 78 after being caught at long on, ending a 140-run stand. Ross Whiteley was bowled off an inside edge by Podmore, but Cox and Ed Barnard, 50 from 28 balls, took 107 runs from the final 9.4 overs to usher the Rapids past 300. Cox thrilled the crowd by bringing up his ton in the final over of the innings, in which Callum Haggett leaked 26 runs. Kent's Daniel Bell-Dummond is bowled by Worcestershire's Dylan Pennington. Pick Nigel French, PA. Kent's reply began in similarly inauspicious fashion as they found themselves 31-3, with Daniel Bell-Dummond and Denley falling to Dylan Pennington and Sean Dixon drilling a catch to short cover off de Oliveira. Kuhn and Adam Rowse rebuilt the Spitfires' innings with a century stand, although both head let-offs went on exactly 50. Mitchell failed to hold on to a low return catch from Kuhn, and then Rowse was well short of his ground attempting a second run when de Oliveira failed to gather cleanly a low throw from Barnard. However, Rowse, having made 70 off 88 balls with 6 fours, hit Mitchell straight to Rhodes at mid-off, and then Stevens, 10, nicked a Brown delivery and Cox pulled off a fine catch away to his right. Kuhn found another able partner in Alex Blake, and Kent entered the last 10 overs needing 101 for victory. The 34-year-old went to 3 figures from 99 balls with a 6 and 7 fours, but Blake was dismissed for 61 after picking out long off. Kent required 11 from the final over by Brown, and a straight 6 from Kuhn tipped the scales in their favor, only for the 34-year-old to nudge to mid-wicket. But Podmore found the boundary rope from the next ball to give Kent victory. Kuhn said, "To get a century in a semi-final makes it one of the better ones. I was heartbroken when I got out. It's just my job to take us through, and I was in tears, but luckily the boys pulled it through." Worcestershire head coach Kevin Sharp added, "It has been a roller coaster tournament. There have been times when we've sometimes looked like we might be out of a game, and we've clawed it back. Obviously gutted. The club has not been in a final for a while. I know we haven't quite won this one, but 2 semi-finals in 2 years, maybe next time it will be a final.